In today's video, we are going to be breaking down Lonzo Ball and his brand new shooting form. Recently, after getting traded to the New Orleans Pelicans, he decided to change his shooting form, and that is why we are doing this video today. So let's get down and let's check out how Lonzo Ball shoots the basketball. So before he changed his shooting form, how he used to shoot was to bring the ball up towards the left side of his face and shoot right-handed across his body from the left side of his face. Now, the benefit to a shot form like this is it's very unique, and of course you're going to have a lot of people recognize you because of your shooting form. However, if you want to have a shot that is consistent, you would want to bring that basketball, instead of going across your body to shoot, you would want to bring it up to the either in front, above, or to the right side of your face if you are right-handed. Now, really quickly, we're going to be going from toes to fingertips. And what we're going to be looking at first is his feet. Where are his feet pointed? And what we can see here is the net is roughly in that direction, and we see that his feet are facing that direction. He is squared up, or at least facing the rim. Next, we're going to look at his knees, and both of them are pointing forward, which is fantastic. That's going to give him another way to be accurate with his shot, same as his hips and his shoulders. This is starting to look very, very good. If you're looking to have a beginner base or a very good base to have a consistent shot, this is what you would be looking for as a player. We also see that his knees are over his toes, which are underneath his shoulders in line. That is perfect. We also see that he is looking at the rim. You really don't want to be looking at your defender when you're about to shoot the ball. You want to be able to see your defender in your peripheral vision, but we don't want to be looking directly at our defender. We want to be looking at the rim. We want to know where we are shooting. Next, he gathers the ball in front of his hips, and then he lifts that ball up. Now, from there, what we see is that he has a hinge in his shoulder. He also slightly bends his elbow on the way up, which is now creating a secondary hinge, which is just essentially more movement on that shot, which could create inconsistencies. But again, we are turning a lot better than what we were, so I will let that go. We also notice that his left hand, his guide hand, is spread apart so the fingers are able to grip that ball. He has a good tight grip on that ball, which is fantastic. Now, when he shoots, instead of the ball being on this side of his face, we notice that it's over top of the right eye. That is how a lot of players shoot, and I don't have any issues with having a ball or your set point in that location. So what we have here is his shoulder to elbow and then up to the ball. What we have is a deeper than 90 or deeper than 45 degree angle. And what that's going to tell us is he's really using a lot of his arms into his shot. What this is also telling us is his shot is going to be a bit slower than players who have a 90 degree or 45 degree angle on their elbow, so it may be a bit easier to block his shot. Now, when he goes up for his shot out of his set point, we notice that he doesn't have a thumb flick. He actually keeps that thumb off of it, but he has a pointer finger flick right there. And then when he goes up for his shot, meanwhile, he does not have his palm on the ball. He does have a gap. We can tell by the shadow. And then when he goes to release that ball, it looks like it goes off either his middle finger or his middle finger and his pointer finger. We also notice that his elbow is just above his eyes, which is going to give that ball a good arc, and you really want to have the ball have a good arc or a high arc, I should say, because the higher your arc, the bigger the rim is going to look to that basketball. When he flicks the ball or flicks his wrist, he doesn't curl all the way under. The hand is what they call a soft hand. There are a few trainers online who have what's called a hard release and a soft release. He definitely has a soft release. At this point, it doesn't necessarily matter if you've got a hard or a soft release. Hard releases sometimes have more rotation on that ball, but that's not always the case. That just is basically a moot point. It just comes down to how that player shoots the ball. He also keeps his guide hand up in the air, like if he is not touching the ball afterwards, and the ball itself, if we can track the ball, that's the Spalding name right there. We're going to be watching how many rotations it has in the air. Now it's going to come around. That's one rotation. And now that's a second rotation. And now it's going to be coming over to a third rotation in the air and about a third and a quarter. And what that tells us is he's got a lot of rotation on that ball, which is good. When a ball that has a lot of rotation hits that rim, it makes it hit the rim softer, so that now it has the ability to jump around and go in. And generally speaking, you want to have 2.5 or more rotations on that ball. That's going to give you a nice soft landing on that rim, especially if you have a lot of arc on your shot. Another thing that I do notice when he lands after catching this ball to shoot, he stays on his toes. That heel is very close to the ground, but it looks like it's off. And his strong side, right side foot is also heel off the ground. That's going to give him a lot more power up into his shot, and that is starting to look like a very good shot from somebody who used to get his shot made fun of by pretty much everybody. So if you are a basketball player who shoots like this, like how Lonzo Ball and LaMelo Ball used to shoot the ball, then, well, this may be a great shooting form for you. I hope that you have enjoyed today's video. I hope that you have learned something. Anyways, I will see you guys in my next video.